Hello everybody, John Dunbar here from ColDesi. I had a special request on shooting a small little video on sewing 3D puff foam embroidery on a hat. Of course, we could also do this on flats as well, but most commonly we do see it on hat applications. There are three special things about the design, and the design is the key to this whole process. If you can sew a hat, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to do this 3D puff technique. The three key things to the design are, number one, a tremendous amount of density in the design. We want to be able to cut the foam as we're sewing it, and in order for that to happen, the design needs an excessive amount of density. Number two, the ends all have to be capped. Unlike a normal eye where the top and bottom would be open, the foam would not be encapsulated and cut if we left it like that. So those ends have to be closed up. And there are three techniques that are commonly used for doing that. And last, we have to have enough pull compensation to allow for the loft of the foam, depending on the thickness of foam that we're using. So now we're going to take a look at this process. I've already put the design into the machine. It happens to be specially created for this 3D puff embroidery. I've also programmed a stop, so it's going to sew the outline first, because this particular design has a border around it, and then it's going to sew the foam down. And that's typically the way it's done when there is a border around a design with 3D puff. I've also taken my foam, I've cut it a little bit larger than the piece that I need, and I put a couple pieces of packing tape on it, and you'll see what the tape is for. I don't particularly care to put my fingers near those needles, so I use the tape to temporarily hold the foam in place. So let's take a look at this hat now, and let's watch this procedure. So there's the program stop. Now, come over here with me and let's go grab our foam. You can see I have it already taped. We'll bring it over to the hat. And we'll set it in place. I want to make sure that I'm staying in front of the metal strap. And now I'm just going to hit the start button again and let it continue sewing. Now that fluctuation in speed is due to the length of that stitch being so long. You can see over at the control panel here, it's almost completed. It's just filling in the last part of the G. It is now done sewing. So now I will remove the tape and the excess foam. And we are left with a 3D puff embroidery. Now, if there's any little pieces of foam sticking out, if you run some heat next to it, like from a heat gun, that actually would get rid of all those little pieces that might be sticking out. This one's actually very clean. There's not much of anything sticking out at all. So now, we'll take the hat off of here. And there is our completed 3D puff hat. Courtesy of the Avance embroidery machine.